Okay, so hello scrapbookers. I just wanted to share the final layout so that you could see where this page ends before we get started. Okay, let's get started. Hi scrapbookers. So I kind of let time get a little bit away from me, and I have a bunch of layouts still to finish. I mean, like, you know, all of them. And it's the night before they're due. So this is when I usually work best. So I started playing with this stencil that came in the kit, and I also started playing with the stamps, or the acrylic stamps. And so I used some dried out StazOn, and that's what I got. Not awesome, right? And so this piece of paper I'm just really playing with. If I ruin the entire piece of paper, I'm totally fine with it. Then I used the stencil and used this Copic to get these images here, and they're okay. And then I found this, and I've had this forever. I think it's called chalk. Like it's called Color Box Pigment Brush Pad, Cat's Eye. And it's from a million years ago, right? Something like that. And so let's see how that came out. Huh, pretty cute, huh? And I actually have a story about an orange cat to tell. So I'm going to do that just right again, going this way. And I'll just, this used to be kind of taped in there, but it's really old, and it's really, you know, I'm okay if I destroy it. That will be fine with me. But this is just what I did. I didn't tape this down or anything, although I think you totally could. But I just kind of, in a circular motion, made all of the little cats in there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest and somehow use that on a layout about this orange cat that we had named Mischief. So that's how, and I'm kind of, in doing this, I am kind of, the stencil is kind of cutting up the little spongy pad here, but I'll tell you, I don't really mind, because this little cat's eye thing is, oh, it's probably at least 15 years old. It's super old. I never really use it. I don't really use a lot of stencils or stamps or anything like that, so it's kind of fun to play. It's definitely not one of my regular things that I do. So I'll go ahead and finish that, and then that will go onto a page about this kitty here, Mischief. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so I got all of that all stenciled up. So that's what that side of the page looks like. This side of the page was a little bit of a fail, so this is the side that I think maybe I'll either cut this in half and then put this on the other side of the page, or I could cover it up with just some, you know, something like this. That actually works kind of good, actually. But I'm not sure exactly how the layout is going to go yet, and I need to go clean up my hands, but I just wanted to see that, you to see that. And then I guess, well, before I finish, let's go ahead and just play a little more. So these are also really old. Ew, they're kind of gross, actually. Let's not use those. Those look kind of disgusting. But I was thinking, let me just wipe my hands off with a wet wipe. So that's going to go all the way to cleaning them up well, but I think I'll just wipe them off with just a wet wipe, and that gets most of the color off of my hands. So let's play just a little bit more. So let's try the brown StazOn. Let's try that with the owl. And I know there's a lot of stamping techniques out there. I don't really know any of them. I'm just going to do it ink my little guy up. I feel like he has a little something on his forehead there. There we go. And let's see how that turns out. Alright, now we've actually got some ink on there. Cuter. I think I need to put something under there because it's not really getting the middle of the stamp. So I may need to go to a different place in my house to find that. Oh, here we go. No, I don't. So these things, I think it's just like a little foam mat. I think that helps. Let's see if that helps. So we'll ink it up again with the brown. And right now, I'm just kind of practicing. Like, this is not going, this part is not going on any kind of final layout. Okay. Oh, that's better, huh? Much better, actually. With that, just with that little thing underneath there, that little foam mat. Let's try one more. Yeah. I like it in the brown. It's like a dark, dark brown. Okay, then let me show you the next thing before we play with any of those other inks. Let me show you something else. Okay, so there's something for the cat layout. And then on my silhouette, I cut out a bunch of, like, I really think these pink circles remind me of something that Jenny Bolin. So I made a whole sheet of pink circles. By that I mean like pinking shears, not pink, but so let's try the owl on one of these little circles. And I think that's going to be actually pretty cute. So really want to ink him up really good. And then get him in the center there. And then especially get him in the middle. Yeah. And with this I can even really pick it up and ta-da! Oh, that's pretty cute. That's pretty cute, actually. Yeah, I like that. See, I can stamp. Let's do a couple of those. Here's another. And by a couple, I mean 3. Let's do 3. I'm not sure I'm going to use 3. I might change my mind on that. Oops, I just ripped this. Not good. Let's just at least do one more. And this one I haven't tried to ink up quite so much, so I'm okay if it gets a little more texture in there. Yeah, that's kind of a lot more texture in there. And then let's try to do one that's right in between those two. That way if we used all 3 on a layout, oops, yeah, then they would be the same, but like light, maybe a little bit different. So that's a possibility for using on something. And then let's try the same deal with the cats. Here we have the cats, and I was making an attempt at the cats down here, but again I was using that ink pad that wasn't at all inked. So here we are. This will be a brown Halloween cat. Still needs a little more ink. This is called Timber Brown. in case you're wondering. Cute. Okay, let's make a couple of these little paint circles with the cats. So I'll just pull 3 of these off. And I want to ink it up, and I should turn my fans off in the room. I don't think that's helping with the ink. I think the owl fits a little better onto these circles than the cat, but still pretty cute. I don't think I'm going to be able to use all of these little circles, but it's okay if I don't. It's still fun to play because I don't usually do anything with these. Just see if they could go on one of these little library card things. Let's do one more of those. Okay, so I got one kind of light, one kind of middle, and then I'd like this one to be really heavily inked. So I'm going to nail it down there and then do this little trick. See if that works. I think I might have moved it. Oh, it's okay. Pretty good. Okay. See, I can, you can kind of make your own little embellishments that way. They're pretty cute. You can make a bunch of cards that way. Okay. Ta-da. Want to try anything else here while we're at it? I was just going to try, because I'm probably really not going to use this side of the paper at all, but so I can kind of play around with it. I wanted to see how the gold would look with that cat, and I'm not really sure how to. There we go. I'm just putting it on my finger and smishing it in there. I probably wouldn't want to do that a whole bunch of times. Okay. The gold cat would be cute too, I think. And then another thought would be to just use some paint. And so I got some paints, and I've had these dabbers, which I swear I invented. But acrylic paint dabber. Okay. So I've had this for a while, but I haven't used it. It looks like it's I don't think it's really dabbing. I don't think it's going to dab. But if that was working, I think you could use a little dabber in that way too. I think I need to play with that a little bit more. But so, you know, if you've got stamps or paints, take them out and play with them every once in a while. It's fun. But I think I will use this part on a layout. So, and this part not. Okay, I'll be back. Hey, Scrapbookers. So part of the kit included these big letters, and I want to see if I can fit them all, like the word Mischief, and I'm not sure that I can, but I want to see if I can fit them on a 12 by 12 space. And so this is going to be a layout about this cat named Mischief. And so I cut out a cat named Mischief, or a cat named, on the silhouette, and I'm just going to take these off. And then I thought that the silhouette mat might be a really good place to test the letters, because I can line them up, and not only that, I can, this is 12 by 12, so, right? That's going to make sense. So let's see if we can spell Mischief here. And I already think that it's probably not going to be possible. These are really big letters, but let's see anyways. So if I start with the M and the F at the end, I think that I will have to like kind of layer them up. Oh, you know what might be fun is to, if I colored, wonder if you could color the different letters. Like that could be a way to, let me just line these up as close as I can. I don't know if it's going to fit. I don't think it is. But let's see if we just squish them. Yeah, I'm doubting it. I wish we named the cat something with less letters. Let's see if we can scooch this in here like this. I think even so, it's probably not going to work. But I do think that this is a great place to kind of test out if you can spell something. So let's maybe try to do Mischief on 2 different lines. Maybe that will help. Yeah, I think even squishing them together this way, you kind of, it's going to be still tight. So apparently there's a cat named Mischief on SpongeBob, which I didn't know, but that's apparently where they got the name. I thought it was because we were hiding this cat from my husband, and I finally felt so guilty. I told him we're hiding a cat. So that would be, I could do it sort of like this, and then if I kind of move this around, I could kind of put the layout, the picture there, and then a cat named, and then I think that could maybe work. Okay, and then we've got to think about, see, I have 4 pictures here. I don't think I'm going to use them all. But then I had this whole arrangement, right, of the cats. Okay, and I kind of like how using this silhouette, because you can kind of, so what if the cats went over here, right, and then something else went this way? I think that could work. Or I could just stamp up a whole, I sort of don't want to do that, but stamp up like a whole background all with the cats. That seems like a lot of work. But I'm thinking that I like this arrangement, something like this. So you see the cats poking out and behind, or something like that in the middle. Yeah, that might be the ticket. I'm not sure what I think about using this off-white color with the bright white, although I'm not totally against it. Okay, well that's where I am right now. I'll be back. Okay, so I'm just kind of playing, and these are what I have. I have these, remember this scrap? That orange really matches well. And then I also have this piece of paper, which I love this so much. I just want to keep using it again and again. But I could see something like this. Yeah, but I don't think that, I think I'm just going to have to, I think I stamped too close to the edge over here, so I'm going to have to fix that, but I'm thinking something like this for the A Cat Named Mischief page. We can keep arranging it in different ways under this silhouette. It's kind of fun, actually. Let's just, this would be another way to do it. That's kind of cute too. And the cat named A Cat Named would go over this, so it would be all kind of left aligned. That actually is really cute. I think it's pretty cute. I'm wondering if I want to use this whole sheet for this page, because I love that sheet so much. I want to hoard it. I really do. And I like this side, but the chevron that almost reminds me of like a houndstooth. Oh, I really like it a lot. So let's move A Cat Named up here. So this is something I haven't really done before, is use the silhouette cutting mat to kind of align things on the page. But I think it's probably a pretty good idea. Let's just move these out of the way. You just totally line those up. And then I can kind of get a picture of what my layout is going to look like. And I think what I'm going to need to do is color this A Cat Named a different color. Or if we just switch it to this way, we could do like this. Or we could use the orange, right? Something like this. And then the picture here. I think we have a winner. I think I like that a lot. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, so remember that trick I have when I don't, I just need something to back the paper with. So I don't think I'm ever going to use this piece of paper, but it is 12 by 12, so it's a great place for me to just tack everything down. And I'm just going to use some. So this is a way to use your scraps in a way that you're not really, or use your supplies that you don't really, not excited about anymore, but in a way that you can just use them as a tool. So I don't think I ever want to use that paper, so I just want to use that as my base. And then I can build the page up over it. So I put adhesive both on the background and on the piece that I'm adhering, and I don't want to like smush this around and mess up that chalk, so I'm going to turn it over and then just get it to stick this way. I think that's pretty well stuck. Yep. And then this piece, I really love the look of this piece over here, but I really, I'm trying to make a whole bunch of pages just because I set that little goal for myself. And so I am going to, what I'm going to do is put this other piece in here. So I'm going to just kind of go like this with it, and I think that makes the that way I don't really have to change the coloring of that cat, A Cat Named. I could, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is, and then so I think I want it to go about like that. Okay, I'm going to get all that glued down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so that was easy enough to get the big letters down because they were kind of already connected, in the way that I laid them over each other. So that was like super easy. I'm wondering if I want to, I haven't stuck these letters down yet. And so I'm wondering, where is the journaling going to go? Also, I originally had this picture, and then I think I'm going to use this one instead. Even though you're not seeing the eye contact with my daughter, the cat looks like she's snuggling the cat, and the cat looks like it wants to go away. And the cat didn't stay with us, so it wasn't destined to stay with us, and that's what probably the journaling will say. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of maybe use some computer font or computer typing and go right over that the photo. And I'm just wondering if I want to color a cat named in a different color. And I suppose if I did that, it would be easy enough to just cut that again if I changed my mind. But I'm not real sure exactly what color I want to switch it to yet, so I'm going to leave it at this point done enough, and this is going to go in the pile that is, you know, pretty much done but needs embellishment title, or this has a title, but needs embellishment title generally and journaling. So I'm about done with this page for now. Hi Scrapbookers, so I'm sharing some of these finished layouts, and this is the finished layout of Mischief the cat, and I shared this over at the Get It Scrapped and Masterful Scrapbook Design in the Office Hours with Noelle Hyman and Debbie Hodge. And one of the questions I had was, in the photo of the layout, like these letters look darker than these letters, and they were wondering if that was just the photo. And it wasn't. And I wanted to show you these letters, which are me and my big ideas. And I think they're intended to use as a banner, but you will see that like they really are different colors. So this T is very like on a light gray. That's not a trick of the camera. And this K is on a very dark black. And you see that there is a difference there. So that I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it is, and it doesn't bother me. To me, it really looks like, well, so check this out. Yeah. So if you just turn upside down one of these, it looks like there's almost like this ombre effect on the sticker sheet so that it's lighter towards the bottom than it is at the top. Let's see if that's the case with all of them. I think that's the deal. So I don't know why they did that, but they definitely did. You can definitely, I mean, I think you can see that, but if you can't, trust me, it's much more gray towards the bottom and darker black towards the top. So I've got to think that was intentional, but when you put the things together in like a title like this, it does look a little weird, you know, like, oh, I wonder if that was intended or not, and I think it was. I don't mind it. I like this page. And I made this, I think I showed you before, I made the cats with this stencil, and so I did put some journaling right over the photo, and then there's just not a lot of embellishments, just a little like epoxy stickers shaped like hearts, and I just put those in a visual triangle. Pretty easy. Okay, so it says, for almost a week I relived my childhood by hiding a stray cat in the house. Of course, the kids and I fell in love with this wild thing, but it was wild, and wild things need to be free. Happy trails, Mischief. So, happy trails, Mischief. Yeah, it was an alley cat behind our office, and so we released it where we found it, and my husband says he still sees it in the alley from time to time, but I don't usually go back in the alley, so I don't really see the cat anymore. But it was a wild alley cat, and I think she lives a good life, so anyway, she was with us for a very short time, and we just couldn't keep her. So that's the story of our cat named Mischief. And I cut these with these letters with my silhouette. and I used a cursive font, and then I merged together the letters, and it came out okay. I'm not thrilled with, I need to find a font that's a really great cursive font for the silhouette. If you know of one, leave it in the comments because I would love to know. I'm looking for one. Okay, thank you for watching. You can find me at Kiss and Tell Scrapbooking, or my Jenny Bolin kit pages you can find probably over at the Jenny Bolin Inspiration blog. Thank you for watching. Bye.